Hey, what's up guys, it's Sayak from Exploring Tech, and finally we have something, smartphone obviously, which I can opine on, which I feel like opine on because it's got a little different approach from the others. It does not stand out from the crowd, but it is not the same as of the crowd as well. So definitely I'm talking about the OPPO Realme 1 recently launched, and I never in my wildest dreams thought, though reality shocks more, but I never thought that OPPO and Vivo would do something like that, which something like this actually. Actually it's OPPO, and well done I have to say there. So it's not just a specs rundown actually, but it's kind of an opinion and the excitement that I'm having, so I want to share with you guys, and it's such good one that do not overlook this thing. It's actually pretty legit. So starting things with the first thing is the chipset. That's called a Helio P60, which is a monster of a chipset, as I came to know from a couple of other YouTube videos, and it's definitely better than the 630 I think, and is pretty much nearing the 660 in regard to performance, and also it seems that it has better thermals than the Snapdragon 600 series processors, which is pretty stunning I think. Then we have the absence of the Touch ID, which at the very first seems like, oh wow, then what is the use? It's an approach with a face lock, but I think there's something around which you might need to consider, which is more important than the Touch ID I think. And then it's got a single camera approach. Any day you give me an option between a dual camera and a single camera, I would go with the single camera if it's got a better picture quality or the better photos clicking capability. I think I'd choose any day the single camera if it's gotten a better camera than the dual setup with the camera. It's got a respectable 3400 mAh battery, a 6-inch screen which has become a standard with the 18:9 aspect ratio, and a different kind of diamond cut design, which I think it's always appreciated to do something new. A headphone jack, well, we really want that in a budget to mid-range price segment smartphone. We never really want companies omit the headphone jack on devices like these. And in the end, it comes down to the price. It's got three variants: 332, 464 variant, and 128. The 332 comes in about 9,000 rupees, which drove me bonkers when I heard the price in the release event. That is insane, I think, with a chipset which is almost comparable to a 660, and it's a little bit got a little bit edge over the 635, and at a price like that, with within a combo of a phone like that, well, that is something out of the world in the spec sheets. Now everything depends on how it performs in the real world, and if it somehow stands on the expectations of people, then I think we could call it the best. Mind you, it's the best device in that price that we can get. And the biggest concern that I'm having with the device is right now is that color OS. I don't know how it's gonna keep up with the others, like the stock Android and the MIUI, which has turned out to be pretty good, if not as best or as good as the stock Android, but it's pretty well optimized. So that is my biggest concern, how it's gonna age with time. So yeah, that's been it. I think it's basically a sub-brand from OPPO, and I found somewhere out in Twitter that Xiaomi is also doing something like this, a sub-brand which they already had called Redmi. Now it's something called Real. Well, I don't know how it's going, all these things, how they are. Is copying things the only ladder to success or becoming noticed? Well, I don't know really what's happening around, but yeah, we have something really cool for the price, at least, if not any other thing. That's gonna be a beast for that price. It's gonna crush everything in that price range if it's gonna perform on the expectations of the people. So finally we have MediaTek after a very long term of Snapdragon taking over MediaTek. You know, there used to be a time when, oh, it's a MediaTek phone, well then it's not good. We're gonna go with Snapdragon. I think we're gonna have a competitor, and that is always beneficial for us consumers. That's a good thing, right? So yeah, that's been it. Thanks for watching. There's actually a pretty little different kind of video dropping real soon on this channel, so if you want to stick around, do subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified, because YouTube won't do that. And yeah, hit the like button if you like the video, share it with your friends or anything who might find it useful. If you did not, then well, you know what to do, and let me know if you did not like the video in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and until then, keep exploring.